What's up? It's your boy D coming back at you with another video. And then in this video here, we're going to be talking about something that is, pretty popular amongst, fighting games discussions, FGC discussions, and that is ranking modes or ranking titles. Do they matter when it comes to fighting games? So let's talk about it. Now, to keep it all the way a buck, there's really no right or wrong answer to this, because at the end of the day, it does come down to the mentality, as in player mentality, and also it's a part of the game. So there's really no right or wrong answer to it, but it is an open and debatable situation. Now, me personally, the reason why I like ranking modes and ranking titles, because really a lot of these fighting games, a good percentage of them, Street Fighter V, are bare bones as hell. So really we're forced to only play ranking mode because that's really what it's all about in a lot of these fighting games, because it's so bare bones. But another reason too is that, gives me something to do and it's part of the game. So, my mentality is it's a ranking mode, but you just want to just see how high you can get. Reach for it, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I like ranking modes. And then on top of that, it does make you better. A lot of people don't think so, but it actually does. So I'm going to explain this in two sections. Why it does matter to certain players and why it doesn't matter to certain players. But all in all, we all love the same thing. We all love the fighting games. So let's get into the shit. Now, for a good percentage of pro players, of course, online ranking modes and titles don't matter to them. And the real reason why it doesn't matter to a lot of these pro players is because they simply don't have the time for it. And a lot of these pro players, they really don't even play the game when they're inside of their own home. They're always playing the game out somewhere. Wherever they are, they'll play the game there. Whatever event that they are, that's where they'll play the game that they like or the game that they're sponsoring. So a lot of these pro players, they are not going to think that it matters, just because simply they just don't have the time for it. Now, on the other hand, there are some pro players that play online ranking all the time, consistently. Guys like Frame Whisperer, well-known pro player, plays online ranking all the time. As a matter of fact, came across him a couple times. He beat my ass in Tekken 7, but it's okay. But guys like Frame Whisperer, they don't have a problem with online ranking. So another example of why really, there's really no right or wrong answer to it. But a lot of pro players, they just don't have time for it, so it doesn't matter to them, so they're not going to mess with it. But some pro players, they still get on online ranking mode. And the real reason also too is they just like to see what's out there. They just like the competition. They just like to see, whatever corners of the globe, whatever, they're just trying to find something new. And that's another reason why a lot of pro players do play online ranking mode, because they like to go for something new. Now, if you're a hardcore fan of that particular fighting game, of course, online ranking is going to matter to you, because you are going to like the game no matter what. A hardcore fan, they're going to like ranking mode, they're going to like whatever mode that's in that game, and then if even they go out to events, they're still going to like the game. So if you're a hardcore fan, it's not going to matter to you, or it will matter to you, but at the same time, you're going to like the game regardless. So for those type of people, they're going to like the game regardless, whether it's a ranking mode, whether it's a story mode, or whatever, event, whatever. So you got those type of people. The straight hardcore loyals to that game, they're going to like the game no matter what, whether it be online ranking or whatever, and that's okay. Now, another reason why online ranking modes can actually matter is because, say for instance, if you're playing in a small community in that fighting game, or if that fighting game has a relatively small community, ranking actually does matter online, because if you're good, get your name out there, you can find other good players to play with or whatever, and y'all can have your own little community circle. So online ranking does help in that matter if the fighting game has a relatively small community. Now, if you're playing a fighting game that has a relatively huge community, kind of like a Tekken 7 or a Mortal Kombat, online ranking is not going to matter. And the reason for it is because everybody is constantly playing it online anyway. So it's like trying to get your name out there, that's really not going to work because there's just millions of other players playing it, casual players. Now, fighting game online ranking modes is not going to matter at all to a casual player. It's because a casual player probably just going to pick up the game because they're familiar with it. They like to play the game every now and then that's basically it. A lot of casual players are not really devoted to the game like that anyway. So it's not going to matter to those type of players because even though they like the game, they like playing the game, there's no stride there with those type of players. It's just kind of like a relaxation type of thing to a lot of casual players. So with the casual players, not going to matter too much. Now, another reason is it also matters to a good portion of players that are playing on the ranked match and that are in a certain ranked skill level. It matters to them when they come up across different skill levels. Say for instance, if they are a Fujin on Tekken 7 and they come across a Grandmaster and the Grandmaster wants a fight. You know, the Grandmaster is pretty low. It's like beginner. That's like the beginner rank. Hey, that Fujin player is not going to mess with that Grandmaster. He's going to think of it like, nah, you're wasting my time. I want bigger competition. Same thing if you're playing against a bronze rank and you happen to be a diamond or a platinum rank. Some players just ain't going to mess with someone on that low on the rankings. So, that's where it kind of does matter to a lot of portion of these players is rank level also. They got to be on a certain type of rank level in order to even play with another person, which is kind of a shame and it's sad, but that's the reality of it. So that's where rank also could matter to the players that are looking for same skill level as far as rank title competition. I know that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Now, the final two reasons on why some people think that it does matter and it doesn't matter. Now, the first reason on why some people think that it does matter is because, playing online ranking modes, it does help you stay sharp. It's help you keep your game up and, and stuff like that, making sure you don't fall off and making sure you don't, forget your structure, keep your groove, you know what I'm saying? And then the last reason on why people say that it doesn't matter, we got to keep it all the way up front. A lot of times, a lot of those people are probably not even good at that game anyway. So there you have it. So there are the few reasons that I have on why people think that, online fighting game ranking modes does matter or don't matter. And like I said before, this is a debate that's going to go on to the end of time, and that's okay because it's really a fun debate. But at the end of the day, the game is the game. We all love the fighting game, whatever fighting game that is. We all love it with a passion. So let me know what y'all think. Give me the scoop on how y'all feel about online fighting game ranking modes. Does it matter to you or doesn't it matter to you? Or you know what, the game is the game. Would you tell another person just to do them, play the game, and stuff like that? Let me know. It's your boy D. Make sure you like the video, show the video some love. Make sure you subscribe. Catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.